Kimberly stood at the edge of the crowded terminal, fingers curled tightly around the worn leather strap of her bag, eyes scanning every face that passed through the sliding glass doors. The air smelled faintly of coffee and jet fuel, a strange combination that had come to define her life over the past few years, always in transit, always searching, never quite arriving. It had been 3 weeks since she reunited with her son, Larry. 3 weeks since she held him in her arms for the first time in nearly a decade, his broad shoulders unfamiliar yet achingly recognizable, his laughter echoing with memories of a boy who used to chase fireflies in their backyard. That reunion had been everything she had dreamed of, tearful, messy, imperfect, and healing. But it was only half of the story. Because somewhere out there, her daughter was still missing from her life. And Kimberly wasn't ready to stop searching. Larry had insisted she stay longer. "Mom, you don't have to rush off again," he had said, leaning against the kitchen counter while his kids ran circles around the living room. "You just got here. We've got time now." Time. It sounded so simple when he said it, as if time were something you could store in a jar and open whenever you needed it, as if lost years could be folded neatly back into place. Kimberly smiled at him, but there was a heaviness behind it. "I know, baby," she said softly, "but there's something I still have to finish." He didn't argue, not really, but she saw it in his eyes, the quiet fear that she might disappear again, that this reunion was just another temporary chapter in a story that had too many unfinished pages. "I just don't want to lose you again," he admitted one night after the kids had gone to bed. Kimberly reached across the table, taking his hand in hers. "You won't," she promised. "I'm not running away this time. I'm running toward something." Toward her daughter. Her daughter, Maya. Even saying her name out loud felt fragile, like touching a bruise that never fully healed. Maya had always been different from Larry, quieter, more observant, her emotions tucked beneath layers of careful silence. Where Larry had expressed his pain loudly after their family fractured, Maya had retreated inward, building walls so high Kimberly didn't realize how far away she had gone until it was too late. The last time they spoke, it wasn't a dramatic goodbye. No shouting, no slammed doors. Just a conversation that ended too soon. "I need space, Mom," Maya had said over the phone, her voice calm but distant. "I need to figure things out on my own." Kimberly had nodded, even though Maya couldn't see her. "Okay," she replied, "take all the time you need." She thought it would be weeks. Maybe months. Not years. The search had started quietly. A message here, a phone call there, reaching out to old friends, former neighbors, anyone who might have crossed paths with Maya. Most leads led nowhere, fading into silence or polite apologies. "I'm sorry, I haven't heard from her. I think she moved. I wish I could help." Each dead end chipped away at Kimberly's resolve, but never completely broke it, because giving up would mean accepting that Maya might never come back. And that was something she refused to believe. After reuniting with Larry, something shifted inside her. Seeing him again, seeing the man he had become despite everything, reminded her that time, while powerful, wasn't always destructive. It could also heal, it could rebuild. If she found Maya, maybe there was still a chance. That hope became her fuel. Now, standing in yet another unfamiliar city, Kimberly checked her phone for the 10th time. A message from an old contact had brought her here. "I think I saw someone who looks like your daughter. She works at a small bookstore downtown." It wasn't much. But it was enough. The bookstore sat on a quiet street lined with trees just beginning to bloom. Its windows were filled with stacked novels and handwritten signs, giving it a warm, inviting charm. Kimberly hesitated outside the door. What if it wasn't her? What if it was? Her heart pounded either way. Taking a deep breath, she pushed the door open. A small bell chimed overhead. Inside, the air smelled of paper and dust, a comforting scent that wrapped around her like a memory. Soft music played in the background, barely audible over the rustle of pages being turned. And behind the counter, a woman. Kimberly froze. From this distance, it was hard to tell. The woman's hair was pulled back, her face partially obscured as she looked down at a book. But something about her posture, the way she held herself. Familiar. Too familiar. Kimberly's throat tightened. She took a step forward. Then another. The floor creaked beneath her feet. The woman looked up. Their eyes met. And for a moment, the world stopped. It wasn't dramatic. No sudden recognition, no instant tears. Just a long, quiet stare between two people who shared a past neither of them knew how to step back into. Maya? Kimberly's voice barely rose above a whisper. The woman blinked. There was hesitation in her expression, a flicker of uncertainty. Then, Mom? The word hung in the air, fragile and heavy all at once. Kimberly felt her knees weaken. It's me, she said, her voice trembling. It's really me. Maya stepped out from behind the counter slowly, as if approaching something that might disappear if she moved too quickly. You look, she began, then stopped, unsure how to finish. Older? Kimberly offered with a faint smile. Maya let out a small, unexpected laugh. Yeah, but the same too. They stood there, just a few feet apart, years of distance stretching between them. I didn't know if I'd ever see you again, Kimberly admitted. Maya crossed her arms, not defensively, but as if holding herself together. I didn't think you were looking. The words hit harder than Kimberly expected. I've been looking everywhere, she said quickly. I just didn't know where you were. Maya studied her face, searching for something, truth, maybe, or consistency. Why now? She asked. Kimberly swallowed. Because I found Larry, she said, and it made me realize. I can't keep living with half my heart missing. Maya's expression softened slightly at the mention of her brother. You found him? She asked. Kimberly nodded, a small smile breaking through her nerves. He's doing good, he has a family, you'd love his kids. A pause. I've thought about him, Maya admitted quietly. You don't have to stay away anymore, Kimberly said. Not from him, not from me. Maya looked down at her hands. It wasn't that simple, she said. I know, Kimberly replied. I didn't make it simple. That honesty seemed to land. Maya exhaled slowly. I needed to figure out who I was without all the chaos, she explained, and I didn't know how to do that with you in my life back then. Kimberly nodded, tears welling in her eyes. I understand, she said. I wish I had understood sooner.